Hi everyone, I'm Colleen. Welcome back to my channel, Colleen Medley Makes. I'm an East Coast native, currently living car-free in Southern California, DIYing my way through renter-friendly apartment updates and wedding planning. Subscribe to follow along. Welcome to my rental refresh series, where I go room by room, transforming my Southern California rental apartment from a millennial gray box to a cozy eclectic home. My goal for this series is to find affordable, renter-friendly solutions that give our apartment major personality with minimal effort. My partner and I moved from New York City to the South Bay of Los Angeles a few months ago, and we're not sure exactly how long we'll stay here. We're definitely embracing life by the beach for the time being, but we ultimately plan to move back to the East Coast. With that in mind, I want the updates that we make to this apartment to be very low cost, quick, and ideally utilize items that we can bring with us to our next place. As much as I want to go all out with wallpaper and paint and custom DIYs, a la Alexander Gator, my idol, that is not realistic for the phase of life that we're currently in. We may only be here temporarily, so it doesn't make sense to heavily invest in custom solutions that are specific to this apartment. However, that does not mean we can't make this place feel like home. In this series, I'm determined to elevate our space through clever solutions and secondhand finds, prioritizing both function and style. And I hope you'll join me. In today's video, we're putting the finishing touches on my entryway makeover. If you've been following along, I already put together a gallery wall and revamped an old lampshade by covering it with fabric. Definitely check out my videos documenting those projects in detail if you missed them. Now I just need a couple of additional pieces to pull the whole space together. But let's flash back to what this space looked like right before we moved in. As you can see, the apartment is very bright and open, but the flooring and walls are both gray tones, making the space feel kind of cold. So I definitely want to address that with the updates that I make. So I have a few different goals for this entryway space. First, from a functional perspective, we need a drop zone for day-to-day items like keys and our wallets, storage for various items like shoes, bike accessories and tools, laundry supplies, and also hooks for everyday jackets, hats, and bags. And then from an aesthetic perspective, I wanted to create a space that was cohesive with the rest of our living space and our kitchen, since it's all one open area, while also defining the entryway space. And finally, I wanted to bring color and personality, since it was really just a blank wall. To tackle the storage needs for this space, I chose a cabinet from IKEA. Now this is technically a sideboard piece, but I thought it would work really well for the entryway, since it offers both closed and open storage, shelves and a drawer, and plenty of surface space. We also got an over-the-door hook from IKEA to hang our everyday jackets and bags. With those elements, we had the functional components complete, and the entryway was looking more like this. By the way, if you'd like to see the rest of my space, check out my apartment tour video for an overview of the entire apartment shortly after we moved in. The next step was to better define the space and inject some personality. I primarily did this by adding a gallery wall above my partner's bike, which filled in the large blank wall and also framed his bike in to make it feel more intentional. Check out my gallery wall video for a detailed breakdown of that project. With the gallery wall complete, there were just a few more changes to complete the space. I needed to upgrade the lampshade on my secondhand lamp base. I decided to do that by covering the existing shade with fabric, and you can watch that whole process in my most recent video. The other two things I wanted to source to complete the entryway were a runner rug and a larger mirror. In the process of creating my gallery wall, I discovered that the existing round mirror that I had from our previous apartment was a bit too small for this space, so I wanted to find something larger and more substantial. I scoured Facebook Marketplace for a while and ultimately was able to find this beautiful, large mirror with beveled edges and a wooden frame for only $30. I also looked on Facebook Marketplace for a runner, as I thought that would be a key element to define the space and also bring a little bit more interest to the floor. I was so excited when I found this ruggable runner on Facebook Marketplace for under $100, and I was able to take the bus locally to pick both of these pieces up and use my trusty rolling cart to bring them home. Now that I secured these secondhand pieces to complete the space, I was ready to place them along with the other finishing touches. On the surface of the entryway table, I placed these wooden bowls that I picked up years ago at the Brooklyn Flea for our keys and wallets. I also added a small dish that I made in a pottery workshop earlier this year, and I filled it with loose change. I often use quarters for my bus fare, so it's great to have them easily available as I head out the door. I also filled this red vintage tin with extra face masks that we had on hand in case we need them for travel. I spent some time decluttering the hooks on the back of the door and adding some labels to the storage that we had inside the cabinets. And with that, the project was complete. As a reminder, this is what the entryway space looked like before. And here is what it looks like now. Thanks so much for coming along on episode 1 of Rental Refresh, as I made simple but impactful changes to upgrade my apartment entryway. I hope you enjoyed it and gained some inspiration for your own space. I'm so excited to continue this series as I make my way through the other rooms in my apartment. I'm thinking this loft space that I'm sitting in right now might be next. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss future videos in this series, as well as other content about home decor, wedding planning, and car-free life. See you in the next one.